everybody? Welcome to another episode of TDS Food Reviews Chef's Uncovered, where we uncover the chef, see who's behind that stove and who's behind that apron. Today we're back in Sacramento, California, pulling up on Chef Shob RD. We're gonna see what he got cooking for us. Come on. What's up, man? Oh, man, you know.
Oh, man. How y'all doing?
Oh, we all right, man. Tell the people who you is, man.
Well, you know, they call me Chef Shob RD, man. I'm out here in 916 doing my thing, cooking it up, man, whipping it up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, you know, we just trying to see what this chef can do. You feel what I'm saying?
Y'all, you know, I got something inside, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got something, you know, cooking.
That's right. So, from my understanding, that you're not only a regular chef, but you're an infusion chef.
Right. I do infusium to a lot of my different products, yes.
Okay. Now, mind you, this is for the 21 and over when we're talking about infused products.
Right.
Okay. So, what type of products do you do? Is there, or should I say, is there certain particular products you infuse? Do you infuse your regular cuisines if requested? Do you just infuse treats? What type of things do you do on the infusion level?
It's more of a simple menu that I came up with. They're called night bars, but I do infuse my basic food theory. So I would take, you know, just throw out there random, you know, some eggs. I would saute some eggs and some butter or some coconut oil that's already infused.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. Take a steak and do a compound butter and make sure that compound butter is already infused. So when I take the herbs and blend the herbs and garlic into that butter and make the compound butter, all you do is just slice a slab off of it, set it on top of the steak, let the butter just melt over that steak, and then boom, got infused.
Okay, so
stuff like that.
So just to get a little background on you, how long have you been in the culinary business?
Oh man, it goes back when I first jumped in. It was fast food in Vallejo. So I worked at all the fast foods in Vallejo, from Popeye's Chicken to KFC, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King, Nations. I worked at all of them. And then from there, well, my grandmother inspired because that's where it comes from. I'm rooted from, you know, the southern states of Southern California, or Southern Carolina, North Carolina is where my roots come from. And so my grandmother is the inspiration. And then going off into Margie Nelson, Dwayne Paletich, Angela Paletich, Darrell Diggs. A lot of my inspiration comes from in particular key players because I watched them cook a lot. Okay. And so it just, you know, it stuck with me.
Okay, no, that is. So now what I want to ask you is, like I ask every other chef, what is the difference to you, in your opinion, between the cook and the chef?
Well, chef is just a term. It's a title. Everybody's a cook. Even the chef is a cook. So it's just a title, really, to me. It's not really giving you a significant nothing. Now, you go up into the restaurant industry and you'll hear chef de cuisine. Chef de cuisine is the actual chef that runs the day-to-day in the kitchen. The executive chef, he's somewhere in the office, you know, doing paperwork, or probably not even on the premises of the restaurant. But the sous chef, which is the second from the chef de cuisine, they actually run the day-to-day operation, night operations, prep list, ordering, making sure schedules is, you know, printed and flexible for other cooks. And real quick, so a line cook versus a chef. Well, the difference is just the chef does everything, and the chef will be there longer hours. The line cook is just there for 7, 6, or 8 hours.
But just speaking about regular cooks now, I know I said those opinionated questions, and I know some chefs that would beg to differ because I almost got my head chopped off for calling a chef a cook.
Well, I mean, you know, some get all pissy and mad, but the thing is it's a respect level. I get it, I understand. It's a respect level for those that are accomplished. But again, it's a loosely term.
Do you think cooks are able to do
exactly
the same thing?
Exactly what a chef can do. If a line cook or an inspiring cook is really hungry enough, he's gonna supersede and show, and it's gonna show in his craft. You're gonna see it.
What about those that can cook? They're not in the line cook business, but they can cook.
Well, we call them, you know, mother or at-home cooks, or Betty Crocker.
Would you consider them chefs or just people that know how to cook?
If they go the extra mile, and when I say that, I mean really learning the craft. Because you can just cook at home and be a good cook.
Right.
But really learning this craft, knowing the knife skills, learning your terminology, learning how to explain, learning your palate, your taste bud, salty, zesty, sweet, tangy, umami. Learning all of this, you have to learn in order to. This is why I think. Okay, so going back to that term chef, because I could add to that. Right. This is why they call themselves chef, because they know all of this stuff that I'm throwing out there. They got the nice skills. Right. They've been through wine tasting. They've been through coffee. They've been through water. Like, you got to learn these elements. You got to learn these elements. They've been through yeast, baking, and pastry. You got to learn European pastry. You have to learn knife skills. You have to learn food theory, and then you have to learn professional food theory.
Right.
You have to learn this stuff.
It's levels to it.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. So that's why I think the chef respect level of that name. That's why I think a lot of cooks or a lot of chefs don't want you to call them cooks, because they feel like they surpass.
They reach a certain plateau that they deserve that respect for doing that. Okay, so now I know you stated who's been your inspiration, but who told you you could cook? To even give you the notion to want to get into the chef and culinary business?
It came just because I was around my grandmother. You know, being around Mary Thompson growing up, she would tell me to add salt or taste this and do that, beat the eggs and do whatever, and it just stayed with me, you know. And then trying to find a way to keep some money in my pocket, jumping into the fast food was a way to be, you know, got money in my pocket. So then I just took that and just ran with it, going into the mom and pop restaurants and learning. I was training myself and didn't really know it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just jumping in, going to them jobs, trying to get $1 in my pocket, and really paying attention, but not knowing that this is what was going to be my career and what I was going to do. Yeah. So it comes, man. Like it's not something that you got to just know, like taste buds, tasting everything. When you was a kid, you tasted shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know what stuff's supposed to taste like.
Right.
And so you try to mimic that. And that's where a lot of my craft comes in. But then again, I was trained, so now that I got the training part, I know it's supposed to taste like. I know it's supposed to be. Versus I'm just kind of like winging it.
Because your palates have been trained along the process of coming up. Learning,
yeah, absolutely. And I've stumbled a few times in this industry. You get kicked around. You get, you know,
it's a big dog game in this chef business.
You gotta be hungry.
Right.
Okay, let's just use this.
competition.
In any profession, we know this. In any profession, even in your blogs, when you do your food blog and stuff, it's a lot of food bloggers out there.
Right.
You're competing with a lot of that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
some of the top ones out there, you know. Man, and I'll be looking at him like Mark Wines, you know.
Mark Wines is he's funny. He do the wow.
You know what I'm saying? I watch him a lot, you know what I'm saying? But it took him a minute to get where he at. He had to travel far and near, you know, to get to that point. But he has a love for what he does, and it shows.
And everything he does.
Exactly.
Everything he does. And so that's where a lot of the training and love and passion comes for me, because of the fact that I was in the kitchen with my grandma so young, learning, and then being around everybody else's family, learning and getting exposure there. It's just natural. It's a natural thing for me.
So, what's your favorite meal to cook?
Oh man, there's so many out there. I have
just your absolute favorite. So just take for instance, saying you having a lady over for the evening, right? And she's somebody special that you really want to impress, right? And her taste buds are wide open, and she wants you to just wow her. What are you gonna come out that pantry with and out that back pocket with that spatula and whip up for her to wow her?
I would do some seafood. I would go seafood just because it's a wow factor. You know what I mean? A lot of people would always wow behind seafood.
So what would you do? What kind of seafood?
We would probably do a surf and turf. So I would do a nice, probably 4 to 6 ounces of a fillet on the side. You know, I prefer a medium to a mid-rare to a medium. She would probably do a medium to a mid-well. And then, you know, the surf and turf would be either a lobster tail or a skewer full of prawns, you know, to add on the side. Then we'll do, I don't like rice pilaf, she probably would, but I would do a risotto.
Right.
Because I like risotto. It's just just something that I like doing because it's cooking.
You add a cream butter sauce over the shrimp skewer.
No, it would be a beurre blanc. I would do like a beurre blanc sauce. So it'd be a butter sauce, but it'd be it's
A white wine.
it's more of a shallot white wine. So shallots in there, and you saute the shallot being translucent. You don't want to put any color, and then you add your wine. You can also throw some thyme and rosemary in there while you're sauteing them shallots to flavor, give it some perfume. Also some garlic. Bow. You throw some wine in there. You bring that up, and then you start adding your butter. You take that off the heat in order to get that butter in there, and that's your beurre blanc sauce right there. And some capers in there if you want to throw capers in there, whatever the case may be. But
okay, well, I can't wait to see what we got prepared and whipping up in here.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it, man.
Hey, let's take a trip into the kitchen and see what Chef Rob RD is gonna prepare for us this evening.
Yeah.
Let's go. Welcome everybody to an episode of TDS Food Reviews Chefs Uncovered, where we get a deep, in-depth look at the chefs, who's behind the stove and under the apron. Today, we are here with Chef Shob RD.
Yada that mean. And I'm in here doing a classic thing that I love doing, man, which is cooking with the risotto, the arborio rice, and I'm pan-searing the chicken to go on top of the arborio rice. I got carrots, I got mushroom, I got shallots, I got onion, I got everything laid out. My mise en place is ready. I'm ready to go.
Okay,
you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see
good
food.
Yeah, okay.
So off the rip.
I'm finna get going because I got my eyes. So I'm basically finna walk y'all through what we do in the culinary world. Okay? So basically everything is in its place. In the culinary world, we call that mise en place. It's a classic French term of putting everything in its place. So instead of me just coming in here trying to figure out where everything is at and finding stuff, I set everything out nice so that way we can A, get the B-rolls, and then B, because I was trained classic French and all of that good stuff in culinary world, I laid everything out so that way I know exactly where it's at, I can grab it and I can go. I'm gonna do some knife skills real fast to show y'all how we can chop things in the culinary world. Some of my ingredients consist of, so basically real quick, what I'm doing today is a mushroom carrot risotto with a pan-seared chicken breast and a light gravy sauce. And so here's the chicken breast. I just went and got your grilled chicken breast real fast. Something local, nothing real big. I got the portobello mushroom. I'm gonna do a quick little dice on that. Slice that, as a matter of fact. And then I'm gonna do some shit. My garnish today is a carrot, so I'm gonna dice this, blanch it real fast, and then do a shaved carrot on it, so that way on the garnish you'll catch that. Shallots is basic for a risotto. White onion is basic for risotto. Garlic is basic for risotto. Some of the stuff for risotto is your arborio rice that you got right here. You can find that at any local. Same thing with the chicken broth. You want to get some chicken broth going, you gotta have white wine with this. Butter as well. The butter is in the refrigerator. Ain't worried about that. Kosher salt. I use kosher salt. A lot of chefs out there use kosher salt, but a lot of people at home don't really know the difference between table and kosher salt. This is actually more healthy and better for you. The other stuff got iodine and all that other stuff they add to make the salt. Canola oil, basic, simple. I'm gonna use that to saute. You can find that in any local. Same thing with the seasonings, red pepper flakes, onion powder, cumin, and so on and so forth. That's the basic template that I'm gonna use today for making my risotto dish. And I'll see you guys in just a second. Yeah, so I'm back. Going into this recipe though, it was just, something that came and inspired me being in culinary school. Being able to take, what I've learned and bring it into this kitchen and bring it to you guys. So basically what I got right here is shaved carrots that I was just shaving for garnish. And I'm just gonna set this to the side real fast because that's over and done with. I'm gonna take this carrot now and do a quick dice. And so what I do is I take it and I split it in half like so. Get stability on that carrot and then do a quick dice like so. And then boop, boop, boop. Quick little dice on it. That's all you want. Boop, boop, boop. That's all you want. Quick rough chop. And you got your little medium dice right there. Small and medium dice right there for carrots. And you got your regular shaved carrots for the garnish at the end. All of that you can discard to the side. A little bit of onion. add to that risotto. Even diced really on the shallot. Any onion, you can do it like this as well. You're gonna have that knife gotta be really, really sharp as well, y'all. While you're doing this, it's gotta be really sharp. And so basically, I'm just zesting, getting this zest off this entire lemon, because I'm going to marinate this real fast. We're going to cook a little dry rub type of marinade, if you will, to give it a little bit of a bite and freshness on the chicken. So that's basically what this tool is a microplane, but we call it a zester. So right there, I'm going to add chicken in here. Right in there, I'm gonna discard. Now I got all of my seasoning right here. So I'm gonna go onion. A little bit of onion in there. I'm gonna go cumin. Chili flake. A little bit of chili flake in there. I don't want a lot. I don't want to go too spicy on y'all. Add a little bit of the rest of this smoky Montreal steak seasoning. Kill that. And then add we don't want to put too much because we're pan-searing this and it's going to have some oil in it. Mix that all up. I noticed I didn't add salt yet. So this is kind of like a dry rub type of thing going on here. And then now I take my salt and I level the level of it. That you basically take that, your chicken to come out. It's a dry rub type of wet because all I did was just add a little drop of oil just to make that marinade or that dry rub stick a little better. When you get the pan sear on there, you'll see all that pop. And so you just sit this right here to the side now and let that sit. That's done. I'm gonna get all this out the way, wash my hands, and we'll take a quick break, go pay some bills. I will be right back. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Welcome everybody to an episode of TDS Food Reviews Chefs Uncovered, where we get a deep, in-depth look at the chefs, who's behind the stove and under the apron. Today, we are here with Chef Shob RD.
Yada that man, and I'm in here doing a classic thing that I love doing, man, which is cooking with the risotto, the arborio rice, and I'm pan-searing the chicken to go on top of the arborio rice. I got carrots, I got mushroom, I got shallots, I got onion, I got everything laid out. My mise en place is ready. I'm ready to go.
Okay,
you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see what you're food. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna get going because I got my water's boiling. I'm doing some blanching right now. It's another technical term that chefs use in the kitchen. These are raw carrots right here. They still got a little bite to them. Crunch. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to get them into this water and make them a little al dente. That's another chef term, which is a little bit more of a softness to it, but not too soft, with a little pull to it. And then we're gonna add that to the risotto. So stay tuned, my man.
We will be back.
My man. I have a risotto going here. I got my mise en place laid out. I'm ready to go. I got my chicken. It's already got the little marinade on it. Everybody see that right there. I got my mushrooms. I got my shallots and onions. I already put the raw carrots in there, and the reason why I'm blanching them is because I don't want them to be too crunchy. I want them to have a little pull to them, a little softness to them, a little chew, so that way when I put them in the risotto, it cooks the rest of it out. Then I got the garnish of the carrot. And I'm gonna add a little water to that, so that way you can keep them crisp. I don't want them to actually dry out or anything like that. And so you just let them carrots come to two, and when they come, I'm gonna take them and drain them out and get them out of the way, and then I'm gonna start the process. So basically what I can do is I can turn this on though and get my pan, catch it at the temperature. I wanted to get it anywhere from a low medium to a medium high, so that way I can get these vegetables seared. I don't want too much color. I don't want any color on these onions and shallots at all, and garlic, because it's going into the risotto, and you want the risotto icy white. Another term that I came up with in the kitchen, icy white. So anyway, I got this going, I'm gonna get these, they look like they're getting ready to come out of here in just a minute because I cubed it down just so I can cook them, blanch them real fast. Blanching is a term that we use in the culinary world just to get it al dente. Get a little soft, a little bite to it. That's all that is. This is coming too. I'm actually gonna turn that up a little bit. I got this going right here. I'm actually gonna get this going as well because I want to get the chicken going as well at the same time. I'm a chef that can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. So I kind of got 3 or 4 different things going at once, so that way we can get this process going a little faster. Again, chicken is right here. We are ready to go. I am just gonna let this come to a heating process. I'm gonna go all the way high. 9. This is on high right here. I'm gonna let that boil just a little bit more, about another 2 minutes. About another 2 minutes here, and then we're gonna pull that off and let that sit over here to the side. We're gonna be done with that. I can't wait. This chicken and risotto is gonna be so good. I always make the risotto thing. So basically the arborio rice, what is this right here? This a cup. We're gonna do 2 cups arborio rice. I have my measuring cup right here. I'm gonna go all the way to 9, and 1 is fine. And 1 is fine. I'll go 1. I go 1, and I always like to take that, level it off, just in case. Yep, see that? It wasn't a full 1. You gotta make sure it's a full 1. Bow, you got the full 1 right there, full 1, full 1. Set that to the side, and you don't rinse this. This is not the same typical rice as your white rice, brown rice, any of that. This is the babysit rice, and this is real starchy, so you want the starch. You don't rinse this rice at all. Okay, just so you guys know out there, do not rinse arborio rice. It's not to be rinsed. And as we come to a boil here, it's already boiling rapidly. I can probably take some of this off. Let me take one of my serving spoons here. Grab 1 or maybe 2. We're there. That's it. Done. That process is done. You turn that off. You drain this. Real quick, real fast. That's done. None of this. Typically just take it on the side. And drain the water off. And that'll basically be my another veggie right here. So I got this going right now. That heat is coming. I'll pull that off. This is over here getting hot. I'm gonna turn my vent on just a little bit. I don't want it too loud because I don't want it to overshadow what I'm doing, but I don't want it to be too smoky in here. But I want to get this really, really nice and seared over here, and I'm gonna add my oil. Canola oil, typical from the grocery store. Maybe a tablespoon or 2 of canola oil in there. Get a little wiggle on there. You see that oil is really loose, loosey-goosey. Same with this one. You want to get just a little bit in there. Loosey-goosey. Not too much. Not too much. I'm going to add my, right here, onion, shallot, and garlic mix. As soon as it hits that skillet, you hear that sizzle, that's exactly what you're looking for. But you don't want too much color on there. So you take that off the heat, and you just basically let that come. You don't want no color on there. You just basically sweating that off. You just sweat that. You don't want no color on there. And I'm gonna take just a pinch. See, I already see it maybe looking like it's gonna turn on me. And I gotta take my serving spoon and just do a little bit of tossing in there. You don't want it to turn no color. You don't want the onions to turn at all. at all. You're just sweating that down just a little bit. I pull it off the heat. The residual heat will keep it going. When you pull it off, you don't want it to color. You don't want it to color. You don't want it to color. And I add a little bit of salt, just a pinch. I don't add too much, just a pinch. Because you're going to season as you go. You're definitely going to season as you go. And you take that, you see how it's translucent? It went from being very white to translucent. You see that? And you're losing the pink on the shallot. So that's what you want. You want to pull that off real fast. And you want to add the rice. Now your rice goes in. You back on the heat. And you want to brown this a little bit. Not brown, but just cook it a little bit. You're adding a little saute to it to bloom that arboreal rice. You're blooming. You're opening up the rice. It's gonna pop just a little bit. Not like popcorn. You'll see. Then you just kind of stir that around. Just stir that around. And like I said, this is babysitting time. Like I got this over here going. Blah 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 blah. Over here, you want to come back over here and make sure you're over here doing this. Constantly doing this. Stirring it around. You gotta do this I'm gonna go here right now and add now I should have added my white wine before I even went to this stage, and this is where I kind of messed up. And this is what chefs do, but we'll add it now. We'll add it now. And we'll cook that white wine off of there right now. You know, some chefs do it on the saute part of the vegetable. Some will add the white wine during the rice process, depending on the chef. There's really no mess up, just as long as you get it in there and cook that rice off. Now, that wine off. Now I'm gonna turn that heat up just a little bit right there. Then I'm gonna come over here and grab this. This is this chicken I was just marinating. See that? It's already ready to go. And you just lay away. You lay away. Never lay towards you. Lay away. Never lay towards you. You smell the cumin already, right off the bat. You smell that right off the bat. Ow! It hits you so hard in the nose. Lay away. And sear. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Now you cook that white rice off that risotto, and so that's going to evaporate. That way you won't have no alcohol. This is basically just going to evaporate. You see that? It's already leaving there. And I put like a half a cup of white wine in there. Nothing too much. And see, now I got my pork over here. You see that searing? Just let it sear. Just let that sear. It ain't going nowhere. This right here is doing its thing. Magically doing its thing right now. Notice none of the onions got brown or anything. I kept it translucent. I kept it going. That white wine is just gonna cook out of here. Like I said, I could have added the proper step to make it a risotto would have been adding the white wine during the shallots and everything, but it was way over there and I missed it. I almost missed it, so I grabbed it real fast just to cook it out. And that's no big deal right there. Again, look at that. You seeing that starch come out of that white rice? I'm gonna kind of like pull this into you. It's kind of coming out of that. You see that starch in there? That's kind of what you're looking for. You just want it to come out of there. That's fine. Fine and dandy. I'm gonna add vegetables. I'm gonna do all of that. I'm gonna get the broth going. We in here cooking, baby. We having a good time. Now the chicken, you take that and you want to look at that. Look at that. Look at that pan sear. Look at that brown on there. Look at that brown on there. Lovely. Look at that. Look at that. Then we bring that. Bring that over to my audience so they can see. That's out of there. Look at that. White wine is cooked out of there. We got just what we're looking for. No white wine in there. And we take some chicken broth. We do like this. I always put it in a little measuring cup so everybody can see. Measure out like 2 cups real fast. You hear that sizzle on that rice? That's saying it's ready for some more liquid. So you add the liquid in there. And you stir. And you let it bloom. You let it do its thing. At this point, we're making risotto. This is risotto at this point. And then just, this is gonna always cook out, cook out, cook out, cook out, cook out. And if I have to, I'll run to the sink, get some water real fast, add a little bit of water, cook out, cook out, cook out. Just make sure that that white rice is all the way cooked, and a Oreo is all the way cooked. That can just go. Now at this point, because this is going, I'm gonna wait till the rice is cooked just a little bit for my liking, and then I'll add the mushroom or the carrots here. And then I'm gonna pull this chicken, let the chicken sit here over a rest. I'm gonna saute the mushroom, and I'm gonna get that into the risotto, and I'm gonna mix all that together. It's gonna all bind together. And we're gonna have a good time here. And so that's just cooking down. Like I said, that's just basically doing its thing. That chicken is doing its thing. I got my rester right here. I brought that just to, I wanted to make sure, because I'm gonna finish it off in just a second. Bring that down. I'm actually gonna take that out of there. I'm gonna rinse this out real fast. No, that's hot. Go over here and grab one of their little take that. Safely pour that in there, like grease. That splashing everywhere. Let's just real quick. And do that process one more time because I got 2 more pieces of chicken. So I just want to make sure, you know, you guys understand that this process is not an easy process. You got to be babysitting this stuff at the same time. Like I said, I can chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. So you see the process is just, and I use 1 cup of rice, about a half, not even half, I want to say about a third of a white onion, and what? A piece of a shallot, if you will. And kind of got that together here in this risotto. And it's just going. It's just going. It just go at this point. This right here, I'm going to get this back over here on this heat. I got 2 pieces of chicken left. We're going to add. You can actually, you know, start going into the process of tasting this, but it has no flavor. I haven't even seasoned it yet. I'm just looking at the consistency of the cook. Starchy is what you're looking for, real starchy. Just let that go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Once this kind of evaporates and comes out here, we'll add more broth, let it the process all over. And after that, we're going back to this chicken. I'm gonna get this chicken seared really quick. Finish this sear off. Put this whole entire recipe dish together. Have a bite with my mans in there. Talk about my past, present, and future with the culinary world and everything, and wrap it up. Look at that. That's a different place. That's a dish in itself. So this is your starch and vegetable right here. We're gonna add the protein just to put the icing on the cake. That's all it is. This right here in the restaurant is a dish in itself. You can add the protein if you want, or you can just eat the risotto by itself. This is actually a vegetarian dish in a restaurant, a vegetarian risotto. Now, if you go vegan, we would have to take the butter out. You can't use butter if it's vegan. You have to make a vegan butter, and any other thing that has any type of dairy in the thing. But that's almost there. We are almost there.
Okay, we in the kitchen. We back in the kitchen at it. We almost done with this risotto and this chicken. It's looking mighty tasty, and I might say, from the looks of the bottom of that pan, Jack, it's looking mighty flavorful. You know, so soon we gonna get it on a plate, and we gonna do the taste test for that TDS food review. You know, and I'm gonna talk that shit, whether it be that good or that bad. You know, but it's gonna be truthful. So we're gonna be right back with you with it on the plate.
Add it to my little cup here. That's just so I can get a little shake on the risotto. It's creamy. Do an offset, thank you. Do like an offset. Alright. I take my chicken and I want to go right on the side of that chicken. Alright, that risotto.
Where it hugs it. It hugs it.
Right on the side of it.
Looks nice.
And then I'll take my little sauce.
No, so he should have did that over here.
Yeah.
With
That's good. Let me roll it. Take that sauce that I made.
Now what's exactly in the sauce?
It's just some white wine butter sauce.
Okay, okay.
White wine brown butter sauce.
Is there any particular white wine that you prefer when you're making your sauces or anything?
No. This was just a regular old Pinot. You basically just want to use table wine to make a risotto.
Okay.
You don't want to go too fancy. And I don't want to use too much sauce. There you go. That is so good. And I take a shaved carrot just to add some different effect. Chop it up. And I'm basically gonna take it over here.
Okay, that looks mighty good.
And so that's basically pan-seared chicken risotto, carrot mushroom risotto with a butter sauce. And there you have it. And I use the carrots due to the fact that you can just eat the carrots as well. I would have put microgreens on there. I would have garnished it with something else, but I felt carrots because the carrots is in the risotto. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a piece. Let's have a try.
Okay, so since we got everything prepared here and it looks wonderful,
Thank you.
it's time for TDS's food review.
All right now.
Let's try the risotto rice first.
Okay.
Like I said, creamy.
Right on.
Moist. It's soft. You can just chew right through it.
Right.
Tastes good.
Right on.
Let's try this chicken. You know, the chicken tells the whole story.
Okay.
I taste a little lemon,
There we go.
a little citrus.
Yeah.
It brings out the flavor
Yeah.
to it. It accentuates it. Like my taste buds are dancing all around in the back of my mouth.
Right on. Right on.
like grilled and citrusy.
Right on.
And it goes good with the rice. Now what we're gonna do is
Try them both together.
we're gonna try them both together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? With the carrot. We got the rice on one side and the chicken hitting the back, and that the rice, the texture of it, you can't help but to get full. It's not gonna leave you hungry because it's a nice, thick, creamy, just thickness of it.
That's exactly what
You
a
know.
Oreo rice is.
So you can enjoy this if you're a vegetarian by itself. You know, it will fill you up in a nice hearty meal. So just having the chicken with it is an added bonus.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you can't go wrong with that, man. You can't go wrong with that either, man. You know, so, you know, I got to give you a 5 poop emoji, man. 5 being the best. You know what I'm saying? Talk that shit, food review. You know, get Chef Shob RD. 5 shit emojis, man.
Wow.
Feel me?
I got number 5, y'all. I hit number 5.
This is some good stuff.
I gotta take a bite myself. I'm over here like, man, let me. I'm just gonna eat mine right off the damn pan. I'm not even gonna.
Hey, this chicken,
He kept eating it. He was eating it. I'm getting mad. I ain't got nothing.
this chicken, man, the moistness of the chicken. You know, and the thing about chicken breast, when you can get a good thin chicken breast and sear it properly to where it's golden brown and not burnt, you can enjoy it better. You know, the flavors are better, the flavors kick better. You know,
this burger right here, like you said, it really does. The rice coats the rice coats.
Right.
And then you take that rice and you add that onto the chicken with all the flavors from that chicken. I mean, it is just phenomenal. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Been at a party.
So, if anybody out there sees this and they think this meal is wonderful and want to book you for any type of catering event or personal chef, how would they reach out to you?
You can reach me at the app IG Instagram, and my Instagram is Chef Shob RD. My Facebook is Shob Rob. My cell phone number is 916-416-2474, and you can reach me through YouTube as well if you go to Cutthroat Radio Podcast and hit me right there with a comment or subscribe or whatever. I'll find you, figure you out. You can contact me, get any type of caterings if you want to do parties. Any type of catering. I'm willing to do it as long as you hit me 2 weeks in advance, and so that way I can schedule around my schedule and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, you can reach me through social media to get at me.
Okay. So this has been another episode of TDS Food Review Chefs Uncovered, and we have uncovered the chef, Chef Shob RD. It's been a pleasure to have you here. You know, and we'll see you next time on the next one.
Thank you for having me. Let me say that.